If you enjoy this podcast summary, please consider subscribing. Captain Sherry Walker, a veteran pilot with almost 35 years of experience, has a unique perspective on the decline of commercial air travel in the United States. She attributes this decline to a corporate change in the country, driven by ESG initiatives that prioritize issues that may not necessarily benefit the customer. According to Walker, airlines now focus more on buying airplanes and driving share prices rather than prioritizing customer service. This shift has led to a decline in the quality of service and a lack of attention to the needs of internal customers, such as pilots and air traffic controllers. Walker notes that airlines run on three essential components: fuel, planes, and people. However, the emphasis on ESG has led to a decrease in the importance of people in the mix. She also points out that the hiring process for pilots has become less merit-based, with some CEOs announcing plans to hire a certain percentage of female or non-white pilots, regardless of their qualifications. This approach, Walker argues, can lead to incompetence and a lack of safety in the cockpit. The conversation also touches on the topic of pilot training and the importance of accumulating relevant experience before taking control of a cockpit. Walker notes that the current system allows pilots to upgrade to captain too quickly, without sufficient experience or training. This, she argues, can lead to a lack of safety and an increased risk of accidents. Walker also discusses the recent DCA crash, where a helicopter collided with a commercial aircraft. She notes that the design of the system failed the passengers, and that the FAA's regulatory body and promotional role can sometimes conflict. Walker emphasizes the need for proactive measures to prevent such accidents and for a more transparent and accountable FAA. Walker points out that the vaccine was not tested for its effects on pilots, and the high-altitude environment of an airplane cockpit could exacerbate any potential side effects. She also highlights the fact that many pilots have reported experiencing strange symptoms and health issues after taking the vaccine. Walker's organization, Airline Employees for Health Freedom, has been collecting data on vaccine injuries among commercial airline pilots, and the results are alarming. The study found that commercial airline pilots in the United States are suffering from pericarditis and myocarditis at rates exceeding the CDC's national average. Walker's research also revealed that pilots are experiencing a range of health problems, including kidney stones, neurological issues, and cardiac problems. Despite these findings, the union representing airline pilots, the Airline Pilots Association, ALPA, has refused to take action, claiming that the issue is in the past and not worth addressing. Walker expressed her frustration with the union, stating that they are more interested in collaborating with management than protecting their members. The conversation also touches on the topic of airline pilots' political leanings, with Walker stating that they are generally conservative and risk-averse. However, she noted that there are some liberal pilots, particularly those in high-power positions within the union. Walker also shared her personal experience of being called into the office to explain her Facebook avatar, which featured the Star of David with the words "unvaxxed" written on it. She was accused of discriminating against Jewish people, despite having the support of her Jewish colleagues. The incident highlights the constant retaliation and harassment that Walker and other unvaccinated pilots have faced. In the heat of an emergency, Walker doesn't want to have to think about using the correct pronouns, fearing it could lead to a distraction that could put lives at risk. She hopes that it never comes to a point where hundreds of people die due to the lack of focus on safety. Walker also discussed the Trump administration's efforts to fix the aviation industry, which she believes is on the right track. She hopes that the new FAA administrator will be able to make a positive impact and that the industry will be able to get back on track. The conversation then shifts to Walker's personal experiences as a pilot. She revealed that she's scared of heights and refuses to visit the Grand Canyon. However, when she's in the cockpit, she's in her element. She explained that the cruising altitude for a long-haul flight can range from 28 to 38,000 feet, and passengers are essentially sitting in a chair doing 8 to 9/10 the speed of sound. Walker also shared her thoughts on the new planes, saying that she's a Boeing girl and prefers the old planes. She's more concerned about the coming technology, particularly single pilot or autonomous flight. She believes that it's not a good idea to get rid of human pilots and that it's a recipe for disaster.
Tucker Carlson was surprised to learn that there are plans to reduce the number of pilots in the cockpit, with the goal of eventually having autonomous flight.
Walker explained that it's already happening with drones and that the FAA is working on establishing corridors and plans for VTOL, or vertical takeoff and landing technology. Walker prayed for the president and the FAA administrator to make the right decisions.
In a final note, Tucker Carlson mentioned that YouTube is suppressing his show, and he encouraged viewers to subscribe to his channel and share the video to get around the censorship. Main learning from video.
According to Walker, a veteran pilot with 35 years of experience, the decline in commercial air travel quality is due to a corporate shift driven by ESG initiatives, prioritizing issues that may not benefit customers. Airlines now focus on buying planes and driving share prices rather than prioritizing customer service, leading to a decline in service quality and neglect of internal customers like pilots and air traffic controllers. Walker also criticizes the hiring process for pilots, which has become less merit-based, and the emphasis on diversity and inclusion, which can lead to incompetence and safety risks. She shares her own experiences as a female pilot and notes that the COVID vaccine mandate has had a devastating impact on the airline industry, driving out religious people and free thinkers. Walker's organization has collected data on vaccine injuries among commercial airline pilots, revealing alarming rates of health problems. She believes the union representing airline pilots has betrayed its members and threatened safety. Walker hopes the new FAA administrator will make a positive impact and get the industry back on track. The conversation highlights the need for a focus on safety, transparency, and accountability in the aviation industry. If you are interested to listen to complete 11-minute summary and unlock detailed insights for each topic discussed in the video, check out Quick Podcast Summaries on Spotify and Apple Podcasts with free trial and Apple Podcasts with free trial. And later, just for the price of candy. Happy listening.